the Congress's credibility. It brings us to the elephant in the room, Rahul Gandhi, the Gandhi family. You know, the Congress seems to be status quo. Everything else is changing. The regional parties are gearing up to fight Mr. Modi. They are ready to fight. The Congress at the moment is fighting within. It's unable to provide a leadership that is seen as credible, that is seen to connect with New India. Do you concede that somewhere you're going to have to resolve your problem? You're this big pan-Indian brand, but you lack effective, credible leadership at the moment. You're practicing politics the old way. Sonia Gandhi gets questioned before the enforcement directorate, you hit the streets. But on real issues connecting to the public, you're nowhere to be seen. Is the argument being made against you? Or that you're not effective enough to put those points before the public?
I think faults, shortcomings and weaknesses of the Congress are publicly known and publicly discussed. But you cannot choose history selectively. In 2015, when Modi was at his supreme best, he lost Delhi just 1 year after 2014. 67 seats out of 70, AAP won. AAP was a completely new
not
player.
Congress. Mr. Ketkar, it was Aam Aadmi Party because Arvind Kejriwal came out as a credible leader.
I am not talking about. Why are you emphasizing only Congress? I am talking about defeating Modi, and you are talking about Congress emerging. Why are you talking only Congress emerging? Congress will emerge. Congress can emerge, and Congress will emerge. That is not the question. Question is defeating Modi, and Modi has been defeated in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, even in Delhi. And therefore, to say, and in that situation of complete manthan, then the Congress can emerge. Don't forget that Modi at his peak in 2014 got only 31% vote, and with NDA in 2019 he got only 37%
What is
vote.
the role of
Congress,
the Gandhi family in this, sir?
Low number of
sir,
seats,
what is
with
the role
low number of seats, Congress. Why are you constantly obsessed with Sonia and Rahul? When Congress won lowest vote, that was 41%, Congress won 282 seats. So I don't think, 69% of the people have voted against Modi in 2014 and 63% people have voted. Now how to bring those 63% or 69% people together under one banner? That is not possible. Things have changed completely in last, and the Hindu-Muslim question, which Congress could not understand because Congress can never divide or polarize society like Modi does. So Hindu-Muslim question did create a frenzy across the country, and that frenzied vote you are taking as a major reference statistical point. Frenzied vote should never be considered as a statistical reference for victories and defeats.
You agree with that, Professor Shastri, that there is a frenzied Hindutva vote?
Okay,
there is a frenzied Hindutva vote. We saw it in 2014 to some extent, along with this vote for change then, this Achhe Din vote, which was anti-incumbency. In 2019, we saw it post-Balakot. Is there that frenzied Hindu vote, which is very difficult to dismantle at the moment? It's not enough to blame the Congress leadership. Okay, it's not just enough to blame the Congress leadership. You're facing a force that is appealing to...
was Hindu vote.
Okay. You want to respond, Professor Shastri, to that? It was a Hindu vote.
Now, there is no question of doubt that there has been a strong attempt at majority consolidation, but there are limits to that happening. I think the more important point which I would like to re-stress, which I made, and while agreeing with Professor Yadav, I would like to look at where the BJP faces a critical contest or where the BJP faces a likely strong opponent. And it's in that context I was talking of West India, South India and East India. I would believe, even as the present situation stands, that the BJP's competitors in North India, if you look at that, the BJP still seems to be in a stronger position. The potential for that challenge in West, East and South India is much, much stronger. And that's why I emphasize the need to look at these regions when we look at 2024 coming up.
Remember, of course, in 2014 in particular, more than 80% of the BJP seats came from North and Western India, but it has slowly expanded. I just want to ask you, therefore, Nalin Kohli, we are running out of time. Is the BJP invincible in your view? I know this is a question that perhaps I could have a predictable answer, but is the BJP invincible? If you were to be a strategist for your opponents Is there a weak point? What is your weakest point? What is it that worries you, Nalin Kohli? Is there a weak point?
Honestly, the second part, though, I can't answer, because whatever we've been doing has been going well in terms of electoral victories, broadly speaking. Of course, we don't win all elections, and nobody can win all elections in a democracy. But certainly we are winning again and again under Prime Minister Modi and BJP.
But is there a concern? Is there something that concerns you? What can change between now and 2024?
Look, I would hope that there is no change, not because of a party perspective, and I'll be candid about it, Rajdeep, is that in a world where violence is increasing and on a daily basis we see threats and all, I just pray that India doesn't see any of that kind of situation that we've seen in the past. So therefore, with me, what I'll only hope is that an external factor does not try to destabilize things, which is an event, which is, not directly homegrown in that sense. Right. And I look at always terrorism as a risk factor to every election in the country. So therefore, barring that, I think broadly there's nothing I could say that the BJP is not getting right.